why Bright Futures? Well, I guess I want to have a bright future as well. So I can remember myself last year, I was a first year, so I knew that a normal degree wouldn't guarantee me the graduate job I want after I finished the degree. So I thought I should do something more. So I decided I should get involved in a society. But the question was like, what society? Because Lancaster University has hundreds of societies. And then I got an email from Deepika, who's the founder of Lancaster Bright Futures, and I just had a look on the national website, Bright Futures website, and I saw that the society is high set, standard society, so I decided I'll give it a try. But probably the main reason I joined the society is because it was a brand new society on campus. So there's nothing I love more than just starting something from scratch and just watching how it grows. And just looking at the beginning when we started and there was nothing, and looking now at the end when majority of people know what Bright Futures is, it's just a great feeling. So that's basically why I chose Bright Futures. Why we have two presidents? Well, I was the project manager last year, and I enjoyed it so much that I decided I would run the society this year. So, because I knew that on long term I'm going to be in Leeds for a work placement, I knew that the best solution to the problem would be to have two presidents, because I wouldn't have managed to do the work and running Bright Futures. So I thought about Andretti, who's very excited and very determined to do something, and I asked him if he wanted to be the other half president, and he accepted. And looking back on what events were in long term, I think I've made the right decision. How did we manage to get to such a successful committee? Well, I think the first thing that comes to my mind is because at the beginning of the year we set a goal to the society that was to increase awareness of Lancaster Bright Futures, so everybody understood what we're supposed to do during the year. Because, for example, I remember one day when Damantas came to us and said that he has some friends at the radio station on campus and that he wants to advertise there. And also Martina said she's in the filming society, and she decided she's going to do some videos about the society and advertise it. So it's like these little things that they came up with nobody telling them to do. That's because they understood the goal of the society, and everybody did these things, and we ended up working very well because we all wanted the same thing, we worked towards the same thing. Another good thing that I think we've done was just delegating tasks. We might not have done the best thing, but we tried to delegate tasks. So there were no conflicts like, well, I didn't know I was in charge of that. So everything went pretty smooth. And also, what I try to do, I and Andretti try not to be the dictators. So we've done the same things as they've done. We've put flyers, we've distributed posters and stuff. So it was the same thing we've done. So they didn't feel like we're the presidents and they're just the normal committee members. How you overcame obstacles?
We planned quite a few events last year, and obviously we had quite a few obstacles, but the bigger obstacles came with the bigger events. For example, for the dinner with industries, we had to sell 100 tickets in 2 weeks, and we planned to sell 50 tickets each week. Unfortunately, after the first week, we only managed to sell 20 tickets, and we had an emergency meeting. We analyzed the problem, we discussed, we consulted everyone, and at the end we came up with a new marketing and selling campaign, which turned out to be much more effective as we managed to sell all the remaining tickets in 1 week. To ensure good communication, each time we organized an event, Mihaela and I presented the way we want to organize the event to the committee, the whole picture of it, and then we divided the work and discussed in particular with each responsible person. The next stage was to divide the work and discuss in particular with each responsible person on how to implement the plan, when the deadline is, and any other aspects that needed to be considered. Often we've worked together with the responsible person on implementing the plan, and this was the secret of the success.
First thing,
hello.
Yes, hello. Yeah, it did.
That's the
first thing. Hello. Yeah. I think we have a few questions that we need to answer, and one of the questions is why Bright Futures. I chose Bright Futures because When I first came to uni at that time, Bright Futures was one of the most active societies on campus, and I knew Andretti and Mihaela from my course, and I talked to them about joining the society. I also joined the society because I didn't want to be just a member, I wanted to be active with the society to help out with organising events. So I decided that I wanted to be a treasurer, that way it would help my degree and hopefully give me a heads up on the business world.
Yeah, being future presidents of Bright Future, I think that huge responsibility lies on our shoulders, because this year President really pushed the society to a new level. It's one of the leading societies in the university and the best Bright Futures in the UK, which is a lot. I think that for us it's a privilege to be in such a society, and also a big burden to carry. But I think that if we combine our talents and abilities together, I think we'll be able to push it even harder. I believe it's going to be hard, but it's going to be fun as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Even, as most people say, two heads are better than one, so why not have two presidents and one president? So, how many meetings we have and how often? Well, at the moment we're having one meeting a week, and that's on Monday, where all the execs meet up at 6 o'clock. And then we discuss any events that we're going to hold, how we delegate tasks, and basically just decide what we're going to do within the next coming weeks.
Do we argue? This is an interesting question. I think everyone argues. I think that the only people who don't argue is the people who don't do anything. But I think that our arguments are always constructive. We always are at the point, well, sometimes we're not, but that's another story. Yeah. And I think that we always come to a conclusion, and we always do our work, and that's very important. It's important that in our society everyone knows what to do, and it's responsible for what he's doing. I think that's one of the main reasons for our success.
How does the hierarchy work? Well, for Bright Futures we don't really have a hierarchy. It's basically everyone knows what they're doing, and everyone's treated equally. Let's say, for example, if you're a president, that doesn't mean that you don't do most of the other tasks. So if I have to print off some work, then I'll go print off the flyers. So it doesn't mean that because I'm the president I don't do that, I tell someone else to do it. And like, for example, if the hierarchy comes into play when we have a major disagreement or a major problem that we need to go past, yeah. That's when we both come together and tell the staff, the execs, what to do then.
Yeah, and I think that we've had problems while organizing events, and had problems with selling tickets and stuff like that. But I think that the thing is that we always come together and we help each other in the time of need. We don't leave people on their duties just because they have to do it. Yeah, and we always help them in what they need and what they have to do. So I think that's going to be maintained in the future as well.
Indeed, indeed. So yeah, that's basically some of the questions we needed to answer, and hopefully next year we're going to do better than what we did this year. Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I did enjoy my time at Bright Futures. I found it to be very interesting and very helpful, especially in terms of managing like events and project management and just working with other teammates. And I do think it's an experience that people should have.
Well, say if you're studying something like business studies, you still do projects and everything, but this is slightly different. This is real.
Went to a lot of their organized events and I really enjoyed it.
The event went very well. I'm hugely impressed with the level of commitment and enthusiasm from the students of Lancaster University.
Okay, on my command.
Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3. Bright Futures!